Let's get this thing started. Woman's past. Matters. Okay. My girl basically just sent me this post on Instagram. My white girl talking about how she was banging about 10 men or some mad number of men in the club, jumping from what this guy to that guy to that guy to that guy, in it, yeah, all around the club, just banging man, just banging man, just banging man. And obviously this girl was on some kind of podcast. I think it was No Jumper, because I recognized the guy in that. And my girl must have sent me a message on Instagram after she sent me that post, because I just responded mad. Get me? The girl's in the club and she just literally jumping around, banging with me. I wish I could have the Ting to throw up now so you lot could see in it. But boom. My girl must have said something about something to do with the girl having a child. Let me see what she said. She's like, oh, how's she not ashamed of herself? Imagine one day she's gonna have a child and that. Yeah, this is the thing. The gal them, well, go on, fam. The gal them need to realize that their past matters. Your past will catch up with you. The other day I made a video because Kim Kardashian got refused going to the Queen's Jubilee thing. What do you think the Queen is gonna want to let Kim Kardashian, a woman with a sex tape, attend her party? This is the thing. People are deluded nowadays. People think money buys class. People think, oh, because they got money, they're entitled to enter certain clubs, and that means they're a certain caliber of human. Nah. You sleep around, you got sex tapes flowing on the internet, you mark yourself out for good. Your past will catch up on you. A man, we can sleep with 50 girls in a year. The man them will rate us, the gal them, they might have something to say about it, but at the end of the day, we all know that gal like man that are able to get a lot of gal in it. Yeah, don't listen to what these idiots say. Yeah, these girls will say, "Oh no, I want a man that just get me is loyal with that." That's nonsense. Whereas if it was a gal, if a gal sleeps with 50 man in a year, fuck, 50 man in a lifetime, she's marked out for good. Literally, there's bare man that will turn her down for the rest of her life, innit? That will say, "No, I'll never give her a shot." If you're a porn star, you've marked yourself out for the rest of your life. Mia Khalifa, you might know who Mia Khalifa is. I think she must have married some Swedish. No, before she married this Swedish guy, I think she got divorced to him. She's divorced him now, or he divorced her. So she was married to a businessman. Apparently, he wanted to remain anonymous. The fact that you want to remain anonymous, that should tell you that this is not the type of woman to marry in the first place. So he's an idiot for that. He's an idiot for wanting to marry a porn star, and he's an idiot for wanting to be anonymous. If you need to be anonymous, if you're ashamed of who you're marrying, why marry that person? This goes for man and gal. But recently, she married a Swedish guy, and I think he divorced her or something like that. The bars will catch up on you. Gal them need to protect their reputation. Pass will catch up on you. All these gal that make money off of OnlyFans and that. Some people, some man, some gal might be jealous of them. Like, rah, man, how you making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month? Like, I'm here busting my ass. I'm only making 2 grand a month and that. Don't worry about them people there, then gal there on OnlyFans and that. Yeah, what comes fast goes fast. See, there comes a time, yeah, where they're gonna be at their peak, and from there, it's just going to be a decline. They're not going to be able to maintain, and they're not going to be able to turn over the same amount of money that they turn over every month. All things come to an end. And there comes a point where things are going to decline and that. So imagine, yeah, these girls that is uh, leasing Lamborghinis and all them things there, and buying up all these properties and that. When their money declines and that, imagine they're earning 20 grand a month. When their money goes down to 10 grand a month, whoa, they might not be able to maintain all these properties, maintain this Lamborghini and that. What they have to start doing is start making cutbacks and that. So, okay, she had 5 properties to begin with. boy, do you know what? Yeah, I need to get rid of them 3 properties and that in here because I can't maintain this lifestyle no more. Innit? Because obviously my OnlyFans money is going down. Like I'm getting 10 grand a month instead of 20 grand a month. Boom. Gets rid of the 3 properties, gets rid of the Lamborghini stuff, driving the Mercedes. Yeah. Next thing you know, she's down to her last property, a 4 or 5 bed house. Next thing you know, she has to sell that and downside. It's just a decline. Not to mention the fact that no man in his right mind who is a successful man is going to want to take this girl seriously. You see when these girls them do OnlyFans and that, they mark themselves out for the rest of their life. Even me, I've marked myself out for the rest of my life, sort of. Yeah, as long as man don't get too big at that, I kind of mark myself out for the rest of my life. Could you imagine me going to work for a local authority? If I was still working for Haringey Council, I wouldn't be working for Haringey Council, if you get what I'm trying to say. With my content and that, talking about this, talking about that, they even had a problem with me. This is how you know these people are so fucked, HR so fucked. They even had a problem with me starting up an electrical limited company. I'm not working during my paid contracted hours, which is 8 till 4. I'm not doing my own business between that time. They just want to be all up in your business and that. So imagine me having a channel where I'm talking about this, the streets, the roads, women, this and that, and fuck this and Black Lives Matter and that. Black people. I would have been gone a long time. A long time. What? You saying what? The crypto mad right now. My free care funds were stolen in the tent. 100 millimeter hack. Well, I mean, I don't really listen to social. Don't really on social. Sorry, the news and that. Then again, it would be on the internet news on the social media. I didn't even know about that. But still, like I said in previous videos, isn't it? Yeah, man's never gonna 100% knock the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency at that. I just don't like the idea of people wanting to do it instead of getting a 9 to 5. So, like I've said in one video before, what the hell was the name of that video? Why I hate cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and that. If you want to do it on the side, I said it exactly like that. If you want to do it on the side, that's cool, isn't it? But don't you dare make that your full-time occupation. I'm a crypto Bitcoin currency trader. Nah, fam. Get a proper skill, get a trade and that, and try and make a business out of that. Don't be relying on some stupid internet sensation to change your life. But yeah, so yeah, women, their past will catch up on them, innit? Yeah. Like I said before, Kim Kardashian, where her youths is 15 and that, you get me? Her youths could be in a class and the boys in the class could be looking at videos of their mum getting piped out on a sex tape, an amateur footage sex tape. Mia Khalifa, when she has a son, get me? Cherokee, Pinky, the whole of them, Lacey Duval, the whole of them, they mark themselves out. They before they've even conceived, before they've even got pregnant, they're embarrassing their youth because these girls don't think long term. Why did they not just decide to become a female rapper? I know it's not for everyone, but why didn't they just decide to become something else? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's foolishness, man. So yeah, you posting up naked pictures of yourself and that, you're embarrassing your youth. Yeah, you might not have no youth now, but every woman wants to pretty much reproduce. And so you're embarrassing your youth before you even flipping get pregnant, man. I've never seen that, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's called Kick Up Dust, yeah. Oh, Kicking Up Dust. Okay, let me see. But yeah, it should be good. Where's he from? What area is he from, though, Sir David? What's it called again? Kicking Up. Never heard of the channel. Oh, I've seen his face. Yeah, I've seen his face. I never watched any of his things. Like I think I see like Made You Think post it up on one of them blog pages, then post it up. But okay, he's on. I'm assuming that he went on the RTM podcast because I see him with Young Spray. Okay, I wonder if he was on that episode. Oh, is he from East London? Oh, Brum. Yeah, okay, Birmingham. Because there was one. I ain't watched the RTM podcast for time, but yeah, there was one where there was these two Asian brothers. Yeah, no, that's not the episode. Okay, I see the RTM one now. Season 3, episode 10. Okay. But yeah, obviously the main talking point today is when the Badman thing gets peaked. But obviously that's gonna come a little bit later, innit? Don't know how long I'm gonna be on this live stream for. But you know, I always like to talk about other things, innit? So see this. Yes, Jay. What's going on, Batman's nephew? News got recently when man worked for Tesco for 35 years and got a certificate and 50 champion. What a fucking idiot. That's a like you have no ambition, yeah? I've even made videos, forget about 35 years. I've made videos talking about one time when one of them little podcasts thing there with the man them, yeah? And there were black you, I think this is from South London or something, yeah? This black you, they're talking about black people can't prosper, black people have a hard time progressing as managers and stuff and becoming from employees to managers and that. And this black you's talking about he worked at TGI Fridays for 6 years and didn't get a promotion. Brother, what are you doing working at TGI Fridays for 6 years, fam? Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years, whilst you're in uni, blood. But 6 years, fam. You deserve not to get promoted and that. You've been there too long, fam. I'm sure a man working at TGI Friday for 6 years, they'll put you up in the Hall of Fame, longest serving employee and that. Them jobs, them man just get me 6 months and cut through and get me keep it moving and that. So for a man to work at Tesco's for 35 years, oh, he's an idiot. Even one of my brethren, this was time ago, us man 17, 18 and that. And I think, yeah, he got a job at Sainsbury's and he was saying that there was one white man there. He'd worked there for like 20 years and that, just stacking shelves and that. I've met man on these jobs in this Northampton area, innit? Yeah, a white man had told me that, yeah, they've been working at Tesco's for like 10 years and that. And I just shake my head. Shake my head. Imagine doing the night shift at Tesco's for like 10 years and that. Come on, man. No one's put on this earth to be stacking shelves, man. Like, unless you get me, you got some issues and that, then yeah, maybe you should be doing some, you get me, job like pushing trolleys and stacking shelves and that for a long period of time. But if you ain't nothing wrong with you, 6 months, a year, or something like that, keep it moving, fam. Keep it moving. Man, work at TGI Friday for 6 years, blood. I'm wondering why I didn't get promotion. And these are the same man. So it's like, man, them make me laugh, you know. Man then will moan about, I worked at TGI Friday for 6 years and I didn't get a promotion and that. But then they'll be on Instagram and have the audacity to be looking at these top tier 10 out of 10 gal and thinking that, yeah, I'm entitled to smash these gal. No, fam. Ain't no girl, no top tier 10 out of 10 girl gonna want to smash you if you be working at flipping Tesco's, TGI Friday for 6 years and that. Yeah, if you're some youth who's like 16, 17, 18, yeah, they don't care about money and that. But no girl who's over the age of 23, 24, and that's gonna want to be looking at no man that's been working at TGI Friday for 6 years. Man will have the audacity, you know, to be looking at top tier girls. You get me scrolling, swiping, going up and down and that, and then thinking that, yeah, I should be entitled to these gal and that. But you got some idiot bullshit job, blood. You ain't ambitious. Oh, man. These girls on Instagram and that, yeah, the nicest ones, your favorite top 5, top 6, top 10 gal, they're getting hit up by rappers, footballers, and that. And what you think you're gonna come with your TGI Friday uniform and bag them? The girl wouldn't even want to date you at for a free meal, yeah, knowing that you work at TGI Friday. Why? What's the point? What's the point? She can get that guy over there to pay for her meal for her and fly her across the country to Manchester. What's going on, Manchester boy? M15. Yeah, man's representing. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying in that video, I was talking about man complaining about not being able to progress as a black person to a manager, and that being a manager is not for everyone. See, people think, yeah, oh, I should be entitled to be a manager and that because I've been at the company for 6 years. No, there's a lot more that goes into being a manager. Are you the first man on the job? Are you the last man out the door? Are you on time? Have you got good leadership skills? Do you have an air of authority where people will listen to what you got to say? Do you remove your emotions and your friendships and think about business? Do you prioritize business? So, for example, even if that guy over there is your friend, if he's not pulling his weight, are you willing to get rid of him for the sake of the business and that? These are the things that make someone a manager. You know, people think that they should just become manager because they've gone for the interview, the internal job interview, or they've been there for 6 to 10 years. No, fam. No, 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 no. What's your paperwork like? Yeah. How many times you calling off sick? How can you be a manager if you're off sick every few months and that? How can you be a manager? You're always on sickness monitoring and that. These are the things that man them don't consider when they're going for these jobs, and they just think, oh yeah, I've been here for long enough and that I should become manager. Nah, 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 nah. Are you willing to work for free? Sorry, well, doing overtime, working overtime for free. That's working for free. Are you willing to do an extra hour once or twice a week, or once or twice every 2 weeks and that? There's some man, us black people, and if I ain't getting paid, I ain't doing it. Well, that's the reason why you ain't gonna be promoted to manager. A lot more that just goes into becoming a manager than just being there, being present. Come on, man. Stupidness, bro. When I was at that infamous Holborn job that I always mention about, I swear, that is going to be on my Ross Clark grave, Worked at Holborn from this date to this date, done 4.5 Ross Clark months without a day off, only one day because I had to do a Ross Clark exam. All of that's going to be on my Ross Clark grave, Man, talk about it so much. But yeah, with the Holborn job, man was there every day. Every day, apart from that one day, like I said, man had to take a day off to do an exam, and I was vexed. I was vexed because on that day that I took off to do the exam, I had to pay £200 to do the exam. I wasn't able to earn £400 that day, so I lost out £600 basically. So imagine a Sunday is worth £400 to me. I had to take the day off, so I lose 400. Then I had to pay 200 to do the course and do the exam the same day. I was vexed. I was vexed. But my managers, my superiors, so I was a manager, my superiors, the director and the director's director, them and my project managers said that if someone said to them, do you know what, we're going to need one of the supervisors slash managers to come in 2 months' time because we've got this important week or an important weekend in 2 months' time, who can we rely on to come in out of everyone in the company? They will say Jelani, they will say me. Because man did not take a day off. Yeah, they even wanted to try and ban me from one of the weekends. One of my managers said to me, "Yo, nah, you ain't coming in." It was like, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday evening. He said, "This weekend, you're not coming in." I start having a shock, So anyway, later on, a couple hours later, in it, my project manager said to me, "All right, Chuck, you can come in it, yeah, but I need you to go and help out the man there. Whatever you need, yeah, man, yeah, whatever you need, in it, because the Saturday I'm earning like 350, and then the Sunday I'm earning 400. What, 750 for 2 days? I'll do whatever you need. Yeah, if you want me to sweep the toilets out as well, that's cool. Get me, stack my bread, yeah." That's what allowed me to buy my flat around the corner. Yeah, that 4.5 months of hard grind, fam. Mm. No, no, no. It's not the same guy because I did mention carpet cleaner, but the guy is a window cleaner. But obviously, if you mention window cleaner's name, I ain't gonna verify it because I don't want no one to get angry and then have to fuck them up in it. Yeah, so it's I ain't even gonna. You get me? But yeah, these guys have these out of this world bougie type of, you get me, high standards, and that man, get out of here. But you telling me, oh yeah, I want to go to tell me about, I think she said that, yeah, some other guy must have took her to lobster in West London and that, like basically hinting that I must take her to West London to get lobster. What? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. These people in Chingford, they're on the other side of the A406, on the other side of the River Lee and that. They're bougie and that. What? Because they live in a more suburban area and their parents own their property. Talking about man have to take you lobster at the age of 17. Do you know where man's from, blood? Man's from Edmonton, blood, about take you lobster. You going mad? You think I ever even been out on a date at them times there, like them ages there? 17. I was on road about days. My dates was in my bedroom. Dates. 3 yard, obviously, innit? And then years later, the girl gets breeded by a window cleaner. Come on, man. Out of all the men in the world that you could have picked, you decided to pick a man who's a window cleaner. But yeah, no, it's not that carpet cleaning. But obviously, I did mention doing a window cleaning thing, a carpet cleaning thing in it, because man, am I lazy? Man, don't want to study. Man would rather, you know what can I do that requires no skill and I can get paid quickly? Yeah, fuck it. A man will become a window cleaner. This is what you do the whole day. This. Oh, sorry, this as well. Wow, amazing. Man, you put on this planet to be a window cleaner, fam, or a carpet cleaner. Yeah, I wasn't put on this planet to be no rascal electrician, but fuck. At least I'm fucking got some kind of skill that's in demand. You know, we can do without our windows clean. We can do our rascal ourselves. There's people who are lazy, they can't be bothered. People cannot do electrics themselves safely. Yeah, any idiot can have a go. I go to all these tenants' houses all the time. They tell me, "Oh yeah, man, I tried to connect up the wires and it blew me across the room and that." Yeah, leave it to the professional, fam. Can't learn off of YouTube. You dumb. Those are David. What are you talking about, fam? Fam, you're from Wolverhampton, cuz. You should know if you should know that Loughton is supposed to be like a rich man's area. Now, I swear you even said you went Buckhurst too. Tell me right now, fam, did you go to a school in Buckhurst too? Because I'm sure someone in a live stream long time ago, like when I first was starting to do it or whatever, innit? Someone told me that they used to go to a school, a secondary school in Buckhurst too. I'm sure that was you, fam, because it's not that far to travel from Wolverhampton. So you should know, cuz. Yeah, Loughton, that's get me. Even Alan Sugar, as his mansion or whatever is in Loughton. Yeah, because I certainly know he ain't got no mansion in Tottenham or Edmonton. Yeah, man, Loughton is, you get me, all them, you know, them fake people from Essex. They will drive all the way from wherever they're from in Essex just to sit outside the coffee shops in Loughton. Foolishness. There's certain people, they just want to be in a certain area just to say, yeah, I hang around in this area. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you, fam. I remember you, cuz. I remember you, dog. But yeah, yeah, I remember you said that, innit? But yeah, Loughton, man, that's get me. Buckhurst too is nice as well. It ain't no cheap place to buy no property. I'm telling you, fam. Loughton's a nice area, man. Me, I won't fit in with them people there, innit? Yeah, them bougie, get me them trendy people there, innit? I won't fit in with them people there. Even a couple times, man, walk down Loughton High Road and that, and I just, yeah, I'm out of place. I was out of place. Hey, listen, there's 7 of you lot in this chat, yeah, watching right now, innit? Yeah, put down your Ross Clark, where you're from and that, innit? Yeah, and get involved in the chat. Shouldn't just be Dose or David talking in the Ross Clark chat. Most of your friends lived Ilford and Walthamstow, yeah, yeah. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about as well, innit? So I made a video about this the other day, and then I made another video following up. I ain't released none of them yet. But basically, these guys were talking about if they go to a club and that, if they got nice watches on, they have to move a certain way. I got my window open so I can hear people going past on motorbikes. So anyway, if they got nice watches on, they have to move a certain way in it. Yeah. So just hold that thought in it, yeah, and I'm gonna get back to it in a second. In it. So boom, man's made videos in the past saying that blood, if you feel like when you're going to this particular shubs, this house party, this rave, if you feel like, oh, it could get on top and I need to carry something to protect myself, don't go, fam. Go somewhere else, blood. It can't be that important that you need to go. Yeah. Because certain times, you could be going tooled up and that, yeah, and or you might even be with a bunch of men and you're not even tooled up. You might be with people that are tooled up. If they do something to someone, you know you're going to jail as well. You know? Yeah, fam. You know how much man is in jail right now for joint enterprise? I met some fucking idiot. I mentioned this guy now and then. I still feel like slapping him right now, innit? Yeah. I met him 11 years ago on the wing in ISIS. This fat prick from Catford. He tried to lie to me and try to say, yeah, he shot someone. So that's why he's in jail. Bearing in mind, this is the same man that's doing a man's hair on the wing, you know, like some gal. When I came out of jail, I told one of the man them, I said, oh, I met this youth from Catford. He said that he banned someone, so that's why he's in jail. He said, well, he ain't banned no one, that fat piece of shit. He was with the man them in the club when they shot someone. He was just there. He didn't pull the trigger. He didn't even hold it, cuz. This is what happens when you're with man and they do something, fam. Yeah, the judge is not playing about. The judge ain't been playing about for the last 20 years with this joint enterprise thing. Bare man right now, they lost 10 years of their life just because they're rubbing shoulders with the wrong man. I had to tell one of my cousins. One time me and him was in a club, corner shop in Shoreditch. Was we in the club or was we outside? One of the two, anyway. But I know we was going to corner shop that day, innit? Ah, fam, I forgot my Rambo, you know. I said, what? I was like, blood, listen. Nah. So anyway, the next time man caught up with him, like at a family party or something, I said to him, blood, because he was like, yeah, we're going out. I said, fam, we're not going out again, fam. I'm not rolling with no one that's carrying a knife. The car, I could be driving my car, yeah? And he's my passenger because he don't drive. Well, he didn't drive at the time. I don't know if he drives now. I could be driving my car. He's the passenger. He could see someone he don't like, jump out of the car, go and stab them, and even make off in a different direction. But my license plate is on camera. London is the most watched city in the world, fam. So the jury, they're not going to see it as, oh, this innocent young man or whatever was with his cousin who's a maniac with a knife. They were just going out to a club and his cousin happened to see someone he don't like. No, they're going to say you was riding out, fam. You was riding out, blood. I could try and convince him all I wanted. You was riding out, blood. That's what it looks like. It looks like it was a ride out. 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, you're both wearing dark clothing or whatever, in it, yeah? I might get away with it if I was wearing a blazer or something, innit? But yeah. He jumped out the car, he stabbed someone, he made off that way or got back in the car. Regardless, you're both in on it. You're both in on it. So yeah, if you feel like when you need to go to a certain establishment, rave or this place, that place, or that, and you need to carry something with you, don't go, fam. Don't. Nearly choked there. Don't go, cuz. Don't go. Now, the point I was gonna make is there's certain man, when I was watching this little podcasting or whatever, in it. Couple man, they're saying that obviously them man they got nice watches. Breitling, AP, Rolex, Cartier, them type of watches, they're 20, 30, 40K watches and that. And they said when they go out to the clubs and that, and they got it with them, yeah, they have to move a certain way. First and foremost, when they arrive at the club, they have to park their cars in a certain way. Yeah? So I learned this from my older cousin. I always park and I reverse in so that I can just jump in my car and go. But before I was driving, when I used to just maybe go shopping that with my cousin, I said to him one time, why do you always reverse in so you can get me? And he said, just in case any madness has happened, I've made it a habit of reversing in so I can get in my car and just go. And it's funny that these guys have said that. So he said that when they pull up to a club and they know they got their watches with them or whatever, really, they always park their cars in a way where they can just get in and drive straight off. And it's funny that they say that because I did see a podcast where this guy was from the ends went down to Birmingham and some guy started shooting at him. But because the driver parked facing forward, they had to reverse out and that, and then he got slapped over with a gun and that. So yeah, when these guys pull up to the rave or whatever in it with their 40, 20, 30 grand watches and that, they have to park their cars in a certain way just in case something kicks off or whatever in it. Boom. That's just when they arrive. When they're in the club, yeah, they're having a good time and that. But them man there, they got their eyes peeled and that. Them man there said they don't even go to the toilet on their own. And these stories have been backed up by other people that I know. So I had a barber before on Bouncers Road in Edmonton. He's a yardie, but he kind of spent a lot of time over here in the UK and that. But he's still a yardie by nature. Boom. And he said to me that when he used to go to the raves and that, if he had like a big watch, big chain and that, he said they will never go to the toilet by themselves. And I said, why? And he said, because that's where most of the robberies happen, in the toilet. I think about it. You're in the toilet, a man might clock you going to the toilet, whatever, and it follow you in there, pull out something. What are you gonna do, fam? You ain't got nowhere to go. You really want to tussle with a man with a knife? Mama's just gonna push it straight in your chest, fam. Is it really worth the chain? So you stand a better chance of, you get me, a man not even trying to ting with you if you go with one of your brethren into the toilet and that. Especially if you're not armed and that. And like I said, man, don't promote anyone arming themselves and that. So the man them in the club, when they know they got their watches with them and that, they don't go to the toilets on their own through fear of getting robbed. So they go to the toilet with their friend, like a little child and that. You know when you was a little child and your dad had to take you into the men's toilet and that? That's what these men have to do. Then when they leave the club, they don't go out of the club on their own. They have to go out with like 3, 4, 5 men. All through fear of getting robbed, fam. Blood, why are you going to establishments where there's people that can rob you for a 20, 30, 40 grand watch? See, this is the problem, yeah? And I made a video about this the other day. It's like the big fish in a small pond syndrome. A broke black man with a broke mentality wants to be the richest man in a club full of poor, broke people. If you can afford a 20, 30, 40 grand watch, why are you not around business owners, CEOs, serial entrepreneurs, serial property entrepreneurs and that? Because these are the types of people that can afford a 20, 30, 40 grand watch. Why are you not around those types of people? Why are you in a club where there's a VIP section? Yeah. You know, when you go to there's certain establishments, certain parties and that, and certain functions that you could go to, there's no such thing as a VIP section. Everyone in that Ras Clark place is a VIP. Why you want to look rich in front of broke people for? You're in a place where man can just pull out £20 and get into the club and then potentially rob you for your 20, 30 grand watch. These places that man's mentioned about where CEOs, entrepreneurs and that all go, you can't pay. Your name needs to be on a guest list. Like I said, there's no VIP section. Everybody is a VI Ras Clark P. Dumbness. You go, why are you going to a club with a 20, 30, 40 grand watch? You think, man, they really think that's going to get all the gal them and that? You'll go to a club with a 20, 30, 40 grand watch, a girl will walk past you and not even notice you. You think these girls really know about these watches and that? And then, let's say you do get the girl's number. You get the number and they're playing games. You get me? They're hitting you up. You try to set a date with them. Then they'll hit you up a couple of days later. Oh, how's your day going? And that's, hold on a minute, I'll ask you out on a date. Yeah, you're not even, get me, you're changing this up. All for gal. All for gal. I'm not saying don't own a 20 grand watch and that, but I'm saying all in moderation and that. Yeah, these are the same man that own these 20, 30 grand watch. They have no property. They got youths, but the youths is struggling in school. They ain't got the youths education pattern. They're not even paying for private tuition, not private school, private tuition. Extra few sessions in the week so the kid can, you get me, get better at maths and English and that. No, what's on my left wrist is more important. Told you like the other day in the live stream, there's men that are right-handed drivers, yeah? They're right-handed, yeah? Their right hand is their more dominant hand. But what they're doing is they're holding the steering wheel with their left hand and filming. Do you know why? Because their Rolex, their AP watch, their Breitling, their Cartier is on their left arm. And they're filming. Come on, man. All to stick that on Instagram to make people like it. Foolishness, fam. Foolishness, blood. So yeah, that's one of the issues with people in our community in that. We want to look rich in front of broke people. Why not be one of the rich people and just blend in? Why do you need to stand out? Why do you need to force it? Like, get me? If you're the man, you're the man. Yeah, you don't need, yeah. Man should know you, not because of because of your name. Get me? What value you bring to the rascal earth. What your accomplishments are, innit? You can buy all the jewelry you want, but the aura don't come with it. Yeah. Just dumb, man. And then they get peeled and then they wonder why. Yeah, that will not be me. I will never. Like, yeah, I'll buy a £1,000 watch. I was looking at them the other day, like a little Gucci watch or LV or like a Hugo Boss. I'll spend £1,000 on a watch. It's nice to have a little watch, but there's a big difference between spending £1,000 and 10 grand. Much less 50, 20, 30 grand. Yeah. When you got 10 grand to spend on a watch in cash, bro, you're on your way to put down a deposit on a property, fam. What are you doing, blood? You get me, you're halfway through the race, you're almost at the finish line. So to then go on waste, but they never even began the race of trying to save money to buy a property. And then what these idiots will do, they will justify buying an AP watch because it goes up in value and that. But they're not dealing with it like it's an asset or an investment. I.e., if you do buy an AP watch or a Rolex watch that's going up in value and that, stick it in your safe and don't ever take that out. Take that out on your birthday, one day, and wrap cling film around your rascal wrist to protect it from damage. These men are not doing that. They want to wear it every day, fam. Every day. I'm still trying to get in the mindset of these people that are heavily into this fashion thing. Because I just don't get it, fam. I don't understand why people need to. I'm not saying not to look nice. You could look nice on a budget. And when I say a budget, Zara. Yeah, that is affordable clothing. Nice, but affordable clothing, Zara. You do not need to be wearing Balenciaga from head to toe every rascal day. There's nothing wrong with wearing Zara. It's about how it fits, not the brands. I've seen people in their yard just walking around with a Tom Ford t-shirt. I went to one of the tenants' houses yesterday. The girl's walking around with Balenciaga sliders on, but there's holes in the walls in her yard. Mother's life, true stories. The yard was a mess, but there's a pair of Balenciagas on her feet, and then I think she had either a Balmain t-shirt on or Balmain sliders there as well. Mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. I see a video the other day. They was looking at French Montana's car collection and that. And there was a black brother, I don't know, like 35 going on 40 or something like that. My man is walking around with a Louis Vuitton rucksack. But you're a big man. What are you doing with a rucksack, man? This guy is not even a big guy, probably like 5'9", under. You look like a fucking school kid on non-uniform day, wearing a rucksack that's LV. That's not a big man flex, you know. Anyone disagree with me right now, yeah? Think of your uncles or your dad who might be 50, 60 years old. What would you say if one of your uncles or your dad who's 50, 60 years old came in the yard with a Louis Vuitton rucksack on? You think you lost your fucking mind? My stepdad, if he came in with a Gucci hat on or something like that, I'm like, what on, brother? You all right? It's a youth man flex to be too high up on and too gassed off of um luxury brands and that. I'm not saying don't look nice. Man for look nice. Yeah, when man step out, I ain't got a problem with that. But when you're going too over the top and that, it's stupid, man. Stupidness. Stupidness. All right, let me see. Do you think the sentencing is too lax and you can say no? 5 years plus. I don't know. All I know is there's some youths from Edmonton. They went to Tottenham and they stabbed some youth. The youth did not die, yeah, but they got 23 years, and these guys are 22 years old, 21 years old. In my books, that's too long. I don't business what anyone says. This is live, and this is not gonna get edited, yeah. Some youths go into another area and they stab someone, yeah, give them a sentence and that, but it does not warrant 23 years. Not for a stabbing where the person is living a normal life. They haven't got any life-changing injuries or nothing like that. Nah, it doesn't warrant 23 years. Maybe a 10-year sentence, yeah, that's cool. But not 23 years for a man that's been stabbed, but he ain't got no life-changing injuries or nothing like that. It's just almost if he didn't get stabbed. Then maybe a bit of mental trauma, that's it. But other than that, nothing. No way, fam. No way, blood. That's too long. That's too long. Imagine, yeah. I'm not saying what they done was right, obviously. I'm saying, yeah, maybe give them 10 years to think about what they done. Cool. But imagine, yeah, like, you know, like these youths, they're all 21, they got youths and that. They're so young and their sentence is so long that they could be a 21-year-old youth, stab someone, get 23 years. Yeah. They could have a youth just before they go jail and that. You know, by the time their sentence is finished and that, their youth could have a youth. They could be a granddad, you know. Imagine that. That's how long 23 years is, you know. You could be 21, have a youth, then you go jail for 23 years and that. When you come out, your youth has a youth, blood. You're a granddad, fam. Madness. Obviously, every sentence is different, and every little situation is different and that. But yeah, that's mad still, man. But yeah, let me get into the main talking point of this video because it's 9:20 now, 9:18 now. Yeah. So when the Badman thing gets peak. So the Badman thing's all fun. It's all fun and that until it gets on top. Until what you do comes back on top, and man are looking for you and that. So there was one time there was Tottenham Carnival going on. Now, obviously, I don't know why I'm going for Tottenham Carnival now since lockdown, but Tottenham Carnival's always been going on. One time when I was 17, so this was 2010, 110%. It was 2010 when I was 17. Us Edmonton youths, we got an invite. We got escorted by a Tottenham man who's big in Tottenham. But the youths that I used to roll with, they were all Congolese and Angolan and that. And although obviously us lot is from N9 and that, them lot are Congolese and Angolan. So their jurisdiction ain't just within the perimeters of N9. Them man, they got links with other man from Tottenham and that. You understand what I'm trying to say in it? So most youths during the postcode era thing, their jurisdiction was bound, and the man that they flexed with was just from their postcode. But these Congolese and Angolan youths, them man, they were cool with other man from other areas and that. They were literally related to man from other areas and that. So the N9 youths that man used to roll with in that, them lot was Congolese and Angolan and that. But they had get me, the allies on the other side, and yeah, Tottenham man was cool with them or whatever. Innit? So boom, there was one Tottenham man. Yeah, there's one Angolan, Congolese, whatever, in it, from the other side, innit? Yeah, but he was cool with the man from my area, innit? Boom. So we got invite to Tottenham, yeah. So boom. Bearing in mind, N9 youths, we are not allowed in Tottenham like that. Yeah, this is just get me. It's just what it is, innit? Yeah, you know, like back in the day, Tottenham man had beef with Hackney, and man from Hackney was scared to go Tottenham, and Tottenham man was scared to go Hackney. It's the same with Edman, innit? Yeah, don't get it twisted. Man used to slip all the time. I did a business, innit? I used to always go Tottenham all the time, innit? But still, if a man G check you, you're from N9, or you better be ready to defend your team, innit? So boom, we got an invite, innit? Yeah, from this guy that's a Tottenham man, but he's big in Tottenham. Everyone knows his name. I ain't gonna say his name. So boom, we've met him at Emmerton Green bus station, innit? And jumped on the train and gone to Silver Street, White Hart Lane, and got off at Bruce Grove. 20 man deep. We're going to Tottenham Carnival, knowing that Tottenham Carnival is gonna have about 100 man there easily. This is Tottenham Carnival. This is Tottenham's Ting. Yeah, everyone who's anyone is gonna be out that day. In it. Yeah? It's the wrong day to go Tottenham Carnival. If you get me, we're gonna be heavily outnumbered. Boom, jumped on the train, 20 man deep, got off at Bruce Grove. In it. Now Bruce Grove is a train station, but it's also a road. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, and I used to think that Bruce Grove was like a little area. It's not. Bruce Grove is technically a road. Anyway, so we got off at Bruce Grove train station and walked up Bruce Grove, which is a road, towards Bruce Castle Park, which is on the borders, like it's on the junction of Bruce Grove and Lordship Lane. There's a roundabout there, innit? Boom, us that's jumped off the train, innit? Yeah, gassed. Like, we're in the up block now, innit? Yeah, we're not supposed to be there, innit? But we got a pass because we're with a somebody in it on that side, innit? So boom, us man are walking up the hill now, and you could tell the way we was walking, people would know. Obviously, Tottenham got bear man and they got gangs and that. But even people that are not from, even people that are not involved in the gang thing, but they're from Tottenham, they're civilian, they could tell these boys are not from Tottenham, innit? Just the way we was moving, innit? We got in the park now, yeah. After we walked up this long road, innit? It might take us 10 minutes and that. Boom. We got in the park, innit? And you know what? We didn't see no one at first for the first 30 seconds, innit? Next thing you know, 4 or 5 man come running over, innit? Yeah. And if I say their names, you're not gonna know, innit? Because they're my generation, but I ain't even gonna say their names, innit? They come running over, innit? Yeah. Well, who you lot? Who you lot? So us man, I ain't gonna say the name of the man them that man used to roll with it, but obviously if you're from my generation, you're gonna know who it is. If I say Congolese and Angolan, then you're gonna know. I ain't gonna say their name. Boom, it's us man, it's us man, it's us man, innit? So them lot was kind of on a back foot and that, like, oh, okay, cool. But they still didn't like the fact that we was in their area and that, innit? It's a violation, innit? Like on another day, you get me, we shouldn't really be there, innit? But true say we was with my man and that, cool. So yeah, we got approached by like 5-6 man or whatever, innit? Although there's 20 of us, 5-6 man ran over it, but there's still bare man in that, innit? Yeah, just about or whatever, innit? So anyway, we got approached and that, but it was cool, innit? Because obviously we was certain someone, innit? So boom, what happened next? We must have went to Broadwater Farm now, innit? So us lot were in Broadwater Farm, innit? Yeah. Now these times, yeah, we've linked up with the Tottenham boys, innit? Yeah? And yeah, we've gone to a Broadwater Farm, and it's only like a 10-minute walk from Bruce Castle Park, and literally we're in the farm, innit? Yeah. Man's never been farm like that before, innit? Only one time when I was a youth, like when I was like 12, 13 years old, innit? But this time man's 17. Man's never been Broadwater Farm like that. I'm like, raw, we're in Broadwater Farm, you know, like us, man. N9 man in Broadwater Farm, like fam, us man should take pictures, blood, just to get me have the t-shirt to say that we went there and we're still alive at this moment in time, innit? The stories we heard about Broadwater Farm was literally a no-go zone, but it still is a no-go zone. After hours, especially, innit? So boom, I'm there, like, obviously the man in that are with their man them and that, innit? Yeah, but they're not my friends. Get me? They're allies and that. If I'm on road walking, I see them having beef, I'll run over and back them and that. But they're not my personal friends, innit? But I was with two of my personal friends as well, who are also gang members, also GMs and that. So boom. I'm just thinking to myself, if shit really hit the fan, yeah, these are the two men that I'm gonna be looking out for, innit? Yeah. And yeah, so these times, yeah, there's like 20 of us, but there's 100 of them. I'm not even lying, fam. There's like 100 of them. Bare man from all different parts of Tottenham, innit? There's 100 of them, innit? So it was just like some big link up and that. So anyway, boom, we're walking through farm and that, and literally there's like 120 of us, no lie, innit? Then I ain't gonna say the youth stay, but there was some white youth from Tottenham that used to make music. I think he's like, I don't know if he's white, English, but he's got dark hair or he's a Greek youth or something. But anyway, they must have stopped him in the road. I think they must have banged him up or licked his car or something and he drove off. So boom, we've gone back to Bruce Castle Park where the Tottenham Carnival's going on. And again, man's not gonna name no names, but there's someone who's one of like the biggest names in Tottenham. He was at the carnival and that. Like one of the generals of Tottenham. I ain't gonna say no one's name in it. So boom, my lot, yeah, they must have got onto him and they beat him up. Two of the man them from my side, they must have beat him up and that. So next thing you know, like his set, they didn't even back it or nothing like that. Them man, they was a bit stunned and that because he was getting punched up by like 3 people and that. They didn't even back it. Them man are not on it like that. So anyway, we've kicked out now and we're running now, innit? We're just like, let's just keep it moving in here. So we all ran off now, innit? There's like 20 of us. We ran off, boom. Then we must have, I think we must have, well, not me, I didn't do nothing to him, but anyway, we must have caught his brother. Yeah, I think he raps as well, or his cousin or something, a light skin you, innit? Yeah, them lot must have punched him up as well. Then we've ran from the round way, if you know what that is, through Meridian back through N18, which is Upper Edmonton, and then to N9 and that. So whilst we're running and that, we're laughing like, oh, my man from that side, innit? Like the Tottenham general got punched up, rare, laughing and that. We're laughing as we're running back to the end. But when we got back to the ends, when we were at the base, like Croydon Road Youth Club and that, it actually sunk in, you know, like what actually happened. Like, rah, us man, or them man, whatever in it, you punch up my man, fam, it's gonna be a peak now, you know. All the man them, watch all the man them. Alright, safety man, innit? Yeah, I gotta go home and everyone dispersed because we knew the magnitude of this thing now, innit? So anyway, we didn't hear nothing of that situation. But that situation there, that was going around Tottenham and North London and that. Why man got punched up by them youths there? It was mad. Yeah, it was mad. That story was circulating. Now this is 2010, yeah. So something that you lot was all 10 years old at this time, innit? So boom. I only found out years later that when I say found out years later, I mean like 7 years later, I only found out that basically some of this guy who's from Tottenham that got punched up, some of his guys actually came to my estate. They were just driving around and they stopped some of my brethren in it, yeah, who got nothing to do with it. They weren't with me. They got nothing to do with nothing, but they're just my friends. Man, I have bare friends and associates in Edmonton. Have you seen them youths there in it? Yeah. And my brother was like, nah, I ain't seen none of them. Don't chat to them, man. And apparently, yeah, they were driving around looking for, you get me, us man and that. But we could have got shot that day, fam. Literally. Like, this is a serious man in Tottenham that's known for, you get me, doing drillings back in the day and that. We could have got shot for that. Literally, this is when the Badman Ting gets beat. Yeah, it's all funny, punch up that man there. But when the dust settles and that, and then you cool and you calm down and that, you realise, blood, us man could be in some serious trouble when that. Literally, man are driving around looking for man and they got their gun in their car. It's when the Badman Ting gets peaked, fam. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie, fam. Being in a gang was the funniest time of my life, bro. But man not glorifying, innit? Man keep it 100, innit? But man will never go back to it. But it was the most funnest, the most exciting time of my life, being in a gang and that. But it's not fun when you're getting stabbed. Yeah, when you're getting, I ain't been shot at or nothing like that, but I've been stabbed. It's not fun when you're getting stabbed. It's not fun when you're getting chased. It's not fun, like I said, I ain't been shot at, but man are shooting at you and stuff. It ain't fun, fam. It ain't fun. One of the man them that I know who's get me was cool with, man. Like one of the teammates, he's in jail now for a murder and that. The reason why he had so much beef with Tottenham because he got rushed back in the day. Them Tottenham youths must have went Wood Green, rushed him, and he was with his mum, and he broke his mum's wrist. Yeah, this is when the Badman thing gets peaked, blood. So he's always get me had a vendetta with them Tottenham youths and that they rushed him in front of his mum and broke his mum's wrist. Yeah, let me see what this person's saying. I grew up on an estate. I knew I was never built for the roles and stay like that life. I'm so good, but yeah, yeah, easy, man. I might as well talk about when I got stabbed. So, these times it's 2011. Yeah, I came out of jail. I only went in jail for 2 months, innit? Yeah, don't get twisted. I'm not no jail bird doing 2, 3, 4 years. No, I was in jail for 2 months. Yeah, I was in ISIS. I came out, but I had 4 months license. Most people, if they say to you they come out of jail after 2 months and they've gone to jail for 2 months and they come out, their license would be 2 months and that. But mine was 4 months. My license anyway. My situation was a little bit different from the average person. I was doing a concurrent sentence instead of doing 6 months. Instead of getting 6 months, do 3 months. I got 6 months, but I only had to do 2 months. My case was a lot different to normal people, innit? So, boom, man, come out of jail in August, 2011, August the 19th. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Literally, I remember I wrote about this in my book. Coming out of jail, I phoned up my older cousin the day before. He came to pick me up. The same older cousin who said, who I told you said he used to park his car a certain way so that he can get in his car and just drive straight off. And he's picked man up and that. I've gone home and met my little sister when she was 6 days old and that. So yeah, that was in August 2011. A few months later, man's going taekwondo in Tottenham, Philip Lane. Now, man got little beefs and little tit for tat nonsense with man in Tottenham, but man still slip. Man don't give a fuck, fam. Yeah. Boom. Man's getting off the bus at Philip Lane, fam, the Philip Lane bus stop to go to Tottenham Green Leisure Centre. I see one youth that hangs around with people that I don't like. I don't necessarily have beef with him directly, but you're one of them. So anyway, you know the double-decker bus, how the thing runs, you go downstairs and you get off at the back. I see him, because he's fucking tall, he's like 6'4", 6'5". He went to my school, he's a year below me, but he's big. I see him with one gal. You know the one there, them sweet boy vibes, innit? You give a girl a hug at the bus stop and let her go and that. So imagine, most normal people get off at the back door and that. Nah, I saw him, so I got off at the front. The girl was trying to get off the girl was trying to board the bus. I walked past her, and I got off at the entrance. So she's trying to get on the bus at the entrance. I've walked off the bus using the entrance, and I just banged him in his face, innit? My man's just held his jaw and ran. So I'm like, what the fuck's this guy running for, innit? So anyway, boom, man's followed him. Well, I'm going to taekwondo now, innit? Because literally, man just bang someone and just keep it moving, innit? Yeah? Gone to taekwondo now, and he's thought that he left me or whatever, because he don't know where I'm going and that. He just got punched and ran off and that. So boom. I've gone to taekwondo and that. He seen me and he started running again. So anyway, me like an idiot. No, nothing to protect myself, innit? Yeah, I've gone taekwondo and come out after an hour and a half. And I saw a youth that I know is from Tottenham that went to my college, hanging around outside the leisure centre after an hour and a half after I finished my taekwondo session. And I just thought it was odd that he was standing there, because I know he knows that guy, but everyone knows each other, innit? So I didn't think that them two was brethren in that. So there's this wall. So I can see one person just standing up. And as I've got past the wall, I can see another person just crouching down. You know, like them weird people that crouch down, like they're going to take a shit and they're smoking a cigarette. He's crouched down on the floor like that, innit? Yeah. So I just thought it was weird, innit? Like, what is this? Anyway, boom, kept it moving, innit? Boom. As I've got out of the car park and I hear someone shout, "Oi!" So man's turning around, the same two youths that's outside, that was one was crouching down, one standing up. They've approached me, innit? I just banged one of them in the face, innit? Then they looked at each other, you know. Next thing I know, the youth that I originally punched in the face, he come run over two other man. I kept it moving, innit? Yeah. There's five of them. I'm on my jacks. I'm gone. Kept it moving. I'm running with this big taekwondo bag, you know. Ran inside Philip Lane bus garage, and then yeah, I was there was no way out. It was one way in, one way out, innit? Yeah. So I was running to the bus garage and that, and it's dark in there, innit? So I just turned around, I dropped my bag in it, and I thought, let me see if I can navigate through there. You know them rugby man, them NFL man, try to run through the people them and that, innit? You must have got past two of them, whatever, innit? Yeah. Next thing you know, one of the youths says, jump. This guy leapt up into the air, fam, and he's kicked me in my chest. I swear it was like getting a sledgehammer. I felt like I got licked in my chest with a sledgehammer in it. Boom! I lifted up and bam! Landed on the ground. And next thing you know, they come running over. Next thing I know, I just remember seeing the youth that I originally punched in the face, the one that ran away from me, run up to me with a belt in his hand. So he must have took off his belt to lick me with a buckle. And sorry, just before I got kicked in my chest and I flew up in the air and dropped down, that youth, they needs to do martial arts, you know. That kick there, fam. I've never, in all my years of fighting in Taekwondo, I've never had someone kick me and lift me off the ground. Never in my life. It still ain't happened to this day, innit? A man had fights with bare people in Taekwondo, innit? He had a knife in his hand, innit? So boom. Next thing you know, boop, man stepping on man like a crisp packet and that. Then I've got up, innit? Some black woman's come over who's a bus driver, innit? Remember, in a bus garage, innit? Come over and I'm getting up now, like, get off me. I'm gonna move to them, whatever, rare, innit? Yeah, amping, innit? Then I just see bare blood on the floor, and I'm like, raw. She's like, you've been stabbed. I'm like, raw. So anyway, they stabbed me in my ass, innit? Like, yeah. Obviously, I wrote about this in my book, innit? Yeah, so yeah, embarrassing and that. But yeah, their man was in hospital for a few days and that. And then I come out and then, yeah, recovering it. Got one of them back on the train still. I didn't use no weapons and that. Well, actually, no, I didn't use no knife, but I had a little pole on me in it, and I wrote about it in my book in it. So if you want to know what happened, then go and check out my book in it. Yeah, wrapped him up nicely on the bus, on the train in it, in front of everyone in it. So got my payback in it. Can't hold, if you get smacked up by 5 people, and the chances of you getting all 5 of them back is going to be slim to none. If you get back one of them, then get me, you've done something at least, innit? Man, not promoting no violence and that, but if you go around stabbing people, you man forget touch, you know. So yeah, but I didn't stab no one. But yeah, I was in hospital for I think about a week or something, innit? Yeah, that was done. It was done for a few reasons, and it really and truly, I didn't need to punch the youth because I didn't have no direct beef with him, but he was rolling with man that I don't like, innit? So I was on to everyone, and I even moved to someone in jail because they're with a certain set, they roll with a certain set of man in Tottenham that I don't like. So and that nearly got my ass whooped as well in jail. There's only one youth from Tottenham who's big in Tottenham. He saved me because he knows my cousin. I didn't know that he knows my cousin. This guy's slightly an op, you know, technically. But he saved me when some hackneys wanted to rush me in jail because I tried to move to someone that was hanging around with them and that because they were from Tottenham, innit? Yeah. So that was a dumb move for me to do by punching that youth because, like I said, when I came out of jail, I was on yeah, them lot, they used to wear green bandanas, innit? Yeah, because you got Beaumont and Base, innit? But I swear Beaumont, them man there is from Leighton though, no? Because you got Drive. Yeah, you got Drive. Them Drive youths, they wear green bandanas. And then you got Beaumont and Base, they're from Leighton and they wear green bandanas. And then you have Oliver Close in Leighton, they wear red bandanas. And then you got Priory Court, they wear grey bandanas and that. But or they did, I don't know what them lot are saying now with their team. But yeah, it was dumb of me to punch that youth for 2 reasons. For one, and the most important reason, I was on license, you know. So if you get caught doing anything dumb, you're going back to jail. I remember my first week out of prison, I must have beat up someone in the park where man's from in Edmonton. and the community police officers come over, bro, I had to keep it moving, because if I'd have got arrested, I would have went straight back to jail. I don't know how long for. Maybe the rest of my sentence, maybe a week. But yeah, it was dumb of me to even punch that youth, because for one, he didn't have nothing to really do with the situation that I was in with these Tottenham youth, and for two, I was on license, so you get caught up in any nonsense and that, you're gonna go back to jail. Obviously, like I said already, man's not glorifying in it, but I'm saying this is when the Badman team gets peak in it. Yeah, it's all fun and games, get me punching up man and that in it, but obviously, you know, you're gonna feel the wrath of it. But if that's what you think man's doing, glorifying it, it's up to you, innit? But yeah, just keep watching, innit? So yeah, I could end up going back to jail. It just wasn't, it really and truly, it wasn't worth punching that you in the face. Nah, man. He was one of the man them, fam. Yeah, man. TOA was one of the man them, man. Yeah. Now I was cool with everyone in my area, innit? Yeah, everyone. One or two of my friends, man, had look cool, but that's just little something that we have going on and that. But in my area, man was man was one of the guys, blood. Man, I have no beef with no one in Edinburgh. But yeah, my TOA was one of the guys, man. He's cool. But yeah, so yeah, I shouldn't have punched that youth in the face, because I could end up going in jail. Just wasn't worth it. End up getting stabbed. Just not worth it. Just not worth it, man. What's next on the list? I got a little list that I'm working from. So since I'm talking about Tottenham, I mean, obviously this person here in it, yeah, they have not watched my thing in it. So I'm an electrician. I'm an electrical tester and that, yeah. If you're new to the channel, the whole reason why man talks about these sort of situations and that, the streets, and that I'm a black man from Edmonton and that, is because blood. Man's got 2 properties in the UK. I've got one in Egypt. I'm in the process of buying my 3rd one, innit? So man started this channel to basically tell the people them that blood, just because you're a black man, that don't mean you have to work twice or 10 times as hard as the white people here. Stop listening to this propaganda nonsense. It's nonsense. I see someone post out something the other day on Instagram talking about, oh, you have to work 10 times as hard. I said, no, you don't, fam. Stop listening to this crap, blood. It's nonsense. You don't have to work twice as hard as no white man, blood. You don't have to work twice as hard as no rascal white man. Me, I've left most white people my age behind. Yeah? You get me? Just applying myself, blood. It's bullshit. Don't listen to these people. Don't listen to no black people when they tell you you have to work twice as hard. It's an excuse for laziness, blood. It's an excuse, fam. Like I said earlier, that youth there that was talking about working in TGI Friday for 6 years without a promotion. What are you doing working in TGI Friday for 6 years without no promotion, fam? Why are you there? Why are you there, fam? I'm not talking, oh, I worked in Tesco's for 10 years or Sainsbury's for 15 years with no promotion. Why are you even there in the first place? Imagine I have a family member talking about, oh, I've been working in a brothel for 10 years without a promotion or a pay rise. And what the fuck you doing in a brothel in the first place, blood? Yeah? No. It's cool. Listen, everyone got to join the channel and join the chat one day, innit? It's cool, innit? Obviously, what I say, I expect people to scrutinize and challenge me on it. That's cool, man. But yeah, I was lucky that I didn't get go back on license. And what's next? Let me cross out this list. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Cornell College, because I keep talking about Tottenham, so I might as well just finish this Tottenham thing. So, so after I got stabbed, this is coming like a story to blood. After I got stabbed, yeah, I wasn't really myself for a week or so, innit? Yeah, I weren't bedbound or nothing in it, but I weren't gonna be going running and shit in it. I got a couple of holes in my backside and that in it. So yeah, a job interview for an apprentice for Haringey Council came up in it. So when I was at, because I had to go probation, like I said, I was on license. I was on license and I had to go probation for 4 months or whatever. And then my probation officer, I had a couple of probation officers, one black man and one white woman. And she said, oh, because I mentioned that I was I used to do electrical installation studies and that before I went jail, in it, a few months before I went jail, in it. So she knew about that. So anyway, she said, oh, there's a job come up for an electrical apprentice at Haringey Council. But the only thing is, obviously, you live in the borough of Enfield. Though you're from Edmonton, which is your town, obviously, your borough is Enfield, isn't it? They need someone that has a Haringey postal address. She was like, boy, have you got any family members you could use their address to say that you live there and that? And I'm like, which one do you need? I've got bare family in Haringey, much less, let alone Tottenham, innit? So, boom, man, just use my grandma's address, my great grandma's address on Turnpike Lane, innit? Yeah, boom. And said that, yeah, man lived there, innit? So, boom, she's like, okay, cool. We're going to use that address, Turnpike Lane, N8, Haringey. Yeah, it comes under the borough of Haringey, N8. So, anyway, boom. Got the job interview, and that. And she's like, yeah, here's the details for the job interview, innit? Yeah. I looked at the address. I said, nah, this can't be right. What a rascal is this? The job interview was at Broadwater Farm in Tottenham. What? What do you mean the job interview's at Broadwater Farm in Tottenham? Fam, I got little passes with get me 1-2 man over there. I can't be going over there for a job interview. Man, are you looking to ride out over there, let alone a job interview, you know? So anyway, I must say to her, right, is this correct? Like a job interview at Broadwater Farm in the farm? She's like, yeah. Anyway. So, man's got my stuff together. I think I went Topshop and them thing there, buy my little trousers and that. You get me? Buy my little wallaby shoes or whatever for this job interview and that. And yeah, took my laptop bag. I still got that bag all now. It's all my mum's bag, but I teeth it from my mum. Don't tell anyone saying that. But yeah, I've had my mum's laptop bag for years now, and yeah, got my certificates and that in there, my CV. And yeah, I had to bring a kitchen knife with me, yeah, because I already got stabbed recently. I'm not going to Broadwater Farm unarmed. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be a sitting duck on this estate. There's nowhere to run. Yeah. There's nowhere to run. Yeah. There's not like, oh, you can run in a couple. No. Sitting duck. I don't even know where I'm running. I might as well not run. Yeah. So you know what? I had to go prepared in it because I'm not getting stabbed again. So anyway, had the job interview and got the job eventually, innit? So what happened now? Yeah, about a month into it, my boss said to me, oh, you know, you need to start looking at, we're going to enroll you at Tottenham Colonial College and that. And I was like, yeah. Because I was thinking that I'm going to go back to my original college, which is in Hertfordshire, Hertford Regional, around Turnford, Broxbourne area. So boom. I was like, yeah, just brushed it off and that. But then he came back to me and was like, yeah, you know, you need to get the forms and that. And I'm like, wow. So anyway, I spoke to some black woman that I know, and she's like 10 years older than man. I said to her, yo, my boss wants me to go Tottenham Colonial College. Yeah, I can't be going there. That's long. That's going to be worse than the Broadwater Farm interview because I'm going to be going there 3-4 times a week, whatever. I'm going to be a sitting duck. Literally, I'm in the heart of Tottenham. None of my friends are there. I'm on my jacks. Some little idiot you could just, oh, I know him. Hey, that's that you. Call up couple, man. There's 10 man outside waiting for me. Yeah, it's long. Education is over, fam. So I said, well, I don't even know how to handle this situation. I remember, man's fresh off the road. I don't know how to talk to a white man about black man problems. I don't know how to approach him and tell him about the postcode. Well, this is a white man that's a football hooligan. What the fuck does he know about postcode wars? And he's gonna think this is stupidness, and that is stupidness. But this is reality for me, regardless of what his opinion is. So she was like, listen, just tell him, be honest, yeah, and just tell him, look, it's going to be a safety issue for me to go to Tottenham Colonial College because of where I'm from. The reason why I got the job is because they wanted someone who had a gang prison past experience in that. So they know I was involved in gangs and I've been to prison and that. So it's not going to be like shock horror. Oh my God, he was in a gang and stuff. No, they know what my past was about. That's why they wanted me to get the job. So basically, at Haringey Council and other places, they've got equality and diversity. So what they will do is they will specifically go out of their way to employ someone who's a Muslim, someone who's a transgender, someone who has a criminal background. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They're not just going to get random civilians and that. They're going to specifically get someone who's of that ethnic minority, that faith, this transgender, this criminal background. They're going to specifically get people. They're even going to probably get someone who's an asylum seeker because they want equality, diversity, show that they're willing to employ people from all different ranges and paths in life and that. So it weren't going to be shock horror that I was involved in the gang team, but I just didn't feel I could talk to the man about that. But anyway, I said to him, his name was Paul. I said to him, yo, Paul, listen, yeah, I can't be going to Cornell College because I'm from Edmonton and where. No, I didn't even tell him I was from Edmonton because remember I had to lie and say that I was from Turnpike Lane. Anyway, I just said, listen, you know what the postcode thing that's been going on and that? It's not safe for me to go to the Tottenham College because I'm not from Tottenham. So he was all right, then cool. You're gonna have to go back to your original college. I said, yeah, cool. So that's when the bad boy thing gets peaked. Yeah, it's all well and good being a bad boy and that until you're in a position where you can't be a bad boy. Yeah, you can't be a bad boy 24/7 in college, you know. You got to study and that. You have to switch it off. It's not healthy to be in class, but thinking about every time you go outside, is there 10 guys outside waiting for you? That's not healthy. It's not healthy for the human brain, isn't it? So yeah, that's when the Badman thing gets peaked. What else have I got on this list? Yeah, I'm looking at it now. When you go jail, yeah, or getting snitched on, that's when the bad thing, that's when it gets peaked and that. See, everyone's a bad man on road until they get caught, until they're in an interview room with 2 police officers saying, oh, well, we got your fingerprints on this, or this guy said this about you, or we got you on CCTV. The reason why most men are in jail right now is because their brethren put them there, fam. Literally, their brethren put them there. What happens is, man will go out and do a crime, and they'll round up 5 men, and they will start picking them apart. In every chain, there's a weak link, fam. Out of 5 men, 1 man is gonna crack, because 1 man, their circumstances might be different. Yeah, 1 man, he might have 2 kids. Yeah, or 1 man, he might have 100 bags, so he don't want to get me miss out on that money or whatever. So he might start talking. You see it on Top Boy. Yeah, that's a real situation there with that Toolu and Duchesne. And my man's talking about, nah, I've got a son. Get me my lawyer. What do I need to say in it? Yeah, I need to see my son and that. These are real situations and that. Yeah, this is when a bad man take gets peak and that. Yeah, everyone's a bad man until they're in an interview looking at 10 to 15 years. Since I'm on the jail thing, Wagwan Kens, no, I don't know anyone off the top of my head. I don't know anyone that's got IPP. I know a couple man that man used to move with. They're in jail for murder now, but I don't know anyone that got IPP. But IPP is the worst. Yeah, IPP, yeah, is where you get 4 years IPP. You know, I said earlier, oh, I got 6 months, but I had to do 2 because my situation was a lot different from most people's, and I got a concurrent sentence and that. If you get 4 years, you'll usually do 2, maybe 18 months with exceptional good behavior. But with IPP, if you get 4 years, you have to do the total 4 years, then you go up for parole. The maddest thing about IPP, there was a guy, I saw a post on Instagram the other day, fam. A man got 4 years IPP, but he'd been in jail for 17 years. Blood, the man's 4 times over tariff, blood. You don't know when you're going home. Some man might be deluded, think, oh yeah, I get 4 years IPP and then I'll be going home straight after the sentence after a couple of months. No, there's some man, instead of getting 4 years IPP, they'll rather get a straight 10. Because at least then they know, okay, when they're going home. And you don't know when you're going home. You don't know when you're going home, fam. But that's when they basically feel like you're not fit to be in the general public, around the general public. You're a danger to society, basically. Might be a gunman, or you might have been in public waving a gun at people. I don't know. But you don't want to get 10 years IPP. You don't want to get IPP whatsoever, because when it comes, when your tariff is over, whether it was the 4 years or the 5 years or the 10 years, you still have to wait for the parole people to say, give you the go ahead to say, okay, yeah, you're free to go and live your life again. Like I said, there was a guy who got 4 years IPP and he was in jail for 17 years. 17 years. Long, fam. That is long, blood. You spent almost 2 decades of your life in jail, blood. Not learnt a damn thing. Fuck all them plumbing courses and that when you got 17 years, blood. It's better than nothing, though. Better than just sitting there, you get me, just getting into fights and that. But blood, 17 years in jail, blood. That's almost 2 decades, 3 years shy of 2 decades of your life in jail, blood. And there's idiots out here who they could say they've done 17 years or 2 decades of their life in jail, because when they add up all their 2 years here, 3 years there, or their big 5 there, or the little remand time that they done, then look, a couple recalls and that. Some man, they're old enough and they've been in and out of the jail system so many times and that for so long, they could say, yeah, I've almost done 2 decades of my life in jail. But them man, they're waste men, fam. They're waste men, blood. In and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. You don't know how to behave yourself, blood. It's like a child that keeps getting caught doing the same thing over and over and over again. But most of them man there that are in and out of jail and that, and they're doing that 20 years, they've done 20 years if they add up all the time. Most of them man there's on crap. They have to be. They have to be. I know they ain't no fucking lawyer, blood. Because what happens is, imagine you get 5 years in jail. So that man is stressed. Their cellmate is smoking on some chemical production that he's made in his cell. Hey, give me that. Next thing you know, you're hooked on crack and heroin and that. When you come out of jail, you don't just magically stop. Jail is not a rehabilitation place for crack addicts and that. You're still going to have your urges and that. So what are you going to go and do? You're going to go teeth meat from Asda and that, get bagged, then you get recalled, back in the system. And the cycle repeats. The cycle repeats. Right, so basically yesterday I was watching this thing where it was about knife crime and that. And you know, when I saw this thing, I really wanted to slap the shit out of this girl's mum. I wanted to slap the shit out of this boy's mum. This boy's mum basically put him in a position where he got murdered, basically. Yeah? This little 14-year-old kid must have got groomed by some older boys in his area. They're from East London somewhere. They just said East London. They didn't specify the area. So some boys must have stopped him out on the street, and I think they bought him chicken and chips a couple of times. Then they said, right, you owe us money now, innit? Yeah, we looked after you and that. So now they basically groomed him into shotting and that. So anyway, they gave him like £600 or £800 worth of drugs. And somehow the mum found out that the son had £600 to £800 worth of drugs, and she confiscated it off of him. But she didn't confiscate it off of him and give it back to the boys who gave it to him. No, she disposed of it. When I was watching this yesterday in my bed, because I don't have a TV down here, innit, yeah. When she said, yeah, I found the drugs, I took the drugs away from my son, it was worth £600 to £800, and I disposed of it, I discarded it. Fam, I put my hand on my face, you know. I was like, oh my God, this dumb bitch don't even know what trouble she's put. Did she think that these youths that are trapping and that have lost their £600 to £800, did you think they were going to say, oh, it's cool, it's his mum found it? No, they're going to want their fucking money, blood. You basically put a death wish on your son's back, you know. Literally, you literally put bounty on your son's head. These women are so stupid. No man in his right mind would have done that. A man in his logical mind would have taken the drugs, got hold of the drug dealers and given it back to them. If they don't want to take it, then that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different story there, innit? Yeah. But women are so dumb. This is why women cannot raise men. They cannot raise their sons to be men. They don't think logically. You got drug dealers out on the street. You got their possessions and that. You're gonna take their possession and throw it away. So they've lost their drugs and they've lost money. Do you think they're just gonna say, "Oh yeah, it's cool. Ah, it's all right. It's only £600. It's only £800. No, it's cool." Dumb woman. Dumb woman. Anyway, obviously the youth owed them between £600 to £800. So now they made him go up to country. And I can't remember what happened, but next thing you know, a car pulled up and he shot him in his head. The boy got murdered. The mum has to take a little bit of responsibility for that. That is the dumbest move ever. When I was watching, I was thinking to myself, if my son ever got caught up, I would take the drugs off my son. And obviously, me, I'm a man, I'll go and move to the youths anyway. But let's say I weren't like that, I'll make sure they get it back. If they don't want to take it back, then they'll say that's a different story, then, innit? But only a fucking dumb woman would take the drugs off the son and get rid of it. This wasn't a £10 draw of weed, This is £600 to £800 worth of food. And don't you think you might as well slapped it off at your son yourself? Come on, man. Now must man get pitched over drugs. When I went country that time, I must have, and I wrote about it in my book, innit? So I said, go read the Ross Clark book, fam. But anyway, I wrote about it in my book. When I went country and that, I must have got nicked up there because I had a warrant out for my arrest and that. So then I returned back there because obviously I wanted to get my money back, because basically the youths that I was shooting for, and that they said to me, they're not going to give me the money that I went out there to work for because I didn't do the full 2 weeks. I need to go out there and do the rest of the time and that. And right then and there, I knew they might not pay me, but you know what? I might as well take the risk and go out there and get me in it. So boom, cut the long story short, it was getting peak. It was getting hot. And I thought, you know what, bro, I'm gonna end up getting nicked. I see these two white people walking through the park, through where the little lake pond is. They're holding hands. They think they're a couple, but I think they're Jakes. Yeah, I think they're the police and that. This is long. So you know what? Man hid some of the food in the yard, got a cab back to the ends and bust out, blood. Kept my money that I was owed, that I was rightfully owed and that. At the youths, obviously I turned off my phone, Nick. I don't want to hear no bullshit from them. When I turned on my phone, 50 missed calls, 20 texts and that, where the fuck are you? The youth that I bust out from and left his things behind and that, he waited for me at King's Cross train station and that. But I didn't take the train. I took a cab back, cost me £150. Yeah, obviously they're like, where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the food in it? And I told him where I left it and that. So then he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get my brethren to go and get it. Then he calls me back. Sorry, his friend calls me when he's there and he says, so where is it? And I said, oh, I left it in this cupboard or whatever in it. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll phone you back in 5 minutes. Didn't hear from him. But then the friend who I was actually shooting for, he phoned back and said, oh yeah, my friend went to go and get the food and that, and it's not there, innit? Yeah, so you still owe us money. And I'm like, blood, you lot are lying and that. And oh, listen, yeah, it's not even actually my food that you were shooting this time. You were shooting for him and that. Just making up all these lies and that. You know what? They weren't gonna pay me, They weren't gonna pay me. They told me that they was gonna pay me 5 bills, 5 bills a week, so a grand to go out there for 2 weeks. They weren't gonna pay me. I don't know how they was gonna try and finesse, man, but they weren't gonna pay me. They weren't gonna pay me. So it was a good thing that man ran off with my £700, £800 or whatever, that was rightfully owed to me, because they weren't gonna pay me. I don't know how they was gonna finesse, man. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take you back to the ends and that, and just wait here in it. Yeah, you know what? Go buy yourself some chicken and chips, and we'll be back in a minute. Boom. Boom. Yeah, they weren't gonna pay, man. Because if they was gonna pay, man, they would have paid me on a weekly basis, or you know what I'm saying, innit? Like, I've done 10 days up there. If you was really truly wanting to pay me, you would have just given me the 10 days worth of payment. You understand what I'm trying to say? Why would I need to go up there to complete a further 4 days? They weren't planning on paying, man. They weren't planning on, because what's the difference between a man who's contracted to do 14 days but only does 10 days? What's the difference if he goes out there or not? The line is still going to continue after the 4 days. You understand what I'm trying to say in it? Like, you don't just shut up shop and that's it. After the 40 days, everyone goes back to the ends. No more trapping up there. No, that line is still gonna continue, fam. So why does it matter when a man drops off? Get me? It's not like I dropped off because I can't be bothered and I got nicked, blood. Who wants to go back up there? What, for the Jakes to see me again, fam? So they weren't gonna pay, man, innit? So it was a good thing I done what I needed to do and get out of there, fam. Because for one, I would have got nicked and I wouldn't have got paid. And if you know anything about getting nicked for that, that's easily 18 months do 9 or 2 do 1. Easily. Easily. If your first offense and it's not major that you're peddling, especially if you're peddling for someone else, they know, okay, you've been groomed into it or whatever. And you could probably play that card. Oh, I was bullied into it, and that they're still going to give you a sentence, but at least then they will know you're not the main guy, you're just a runner. So you get a little light sentence, a little 2 do 1 or 18 do 9 if you're lucky. Yeah. Yeah, it is no joke, innit? But so yeah, that's when it gets peak as well, man. Get me, you're out there and you have to remember when you're out in country, you know, bro, it's not just the police you're looking out for, you know. Bro, there's other man out there that will try and move to you, you know. What? You're trying to come on this patch? What? Nah, fam, nah, this is our patch, but you're taking my catch, but now there's a war, there's an ends war going on outside of the ends. I went up there for some hackney use. They must have kidnapped some Peckham youths out there. You get me? What, you're on our patch and that? Now there's a war going on far away, blood. Yeah? This place is so far away from the ends. The people in the ends don't even know what the word the ends means, blood. Literally. 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 So you go out to the countryside and that, you're trapping, yeah? You're ducking from the feds. You get me? You got to be on your P's and Q's from the man them. A cat might write you off, you know. But there was a youth in Enfield got killed by a cat. Yeah, in his sleep, beat him up with a hammer, and then got a knife and stabbed him. So you're ducking from the Jakes. You're on your P's and Q's for the man them that's trying to get me, rob you or whatever. Then you got a cat that wants to take your life, blood. Remember, you're sleeping in a cat's house, yeah? Because me, I was deluded, you know. No, when I went out there, I thought I was gonna stay in a hotel, you know. I thought I was gonna stay in a hotel. I thought I was gonna stay in a travel lodge. I swear to God, that naive, you know, dog. Although obviously some of my brothers have gone to country and whatever in it, yeah, but that was years ago and that, and I don't know why I thought I was gonna be staying in a hotel, literally. Yeah, you're sleeping in someone's house that has mental problems and an addiction that would push comes to shove, they might take you out to get a hit. There was a girl that I met out there who was pregnant that was smoking crack and doing heroin and that. These people, they don't care. If they're willing to endanger their own unborn baby's life, they would do something to you. They would do something to you. So yeah, man, you get me? That's when it could get peak and that you could get nicked out there. Man then could write you off. Man could slap you over, or a cat could slap you over out in the countryside, fam. It's long. Owing man money. In my situation, was a bit different. Them man, they tried it. So you get me? They wouldn't be too forceful with it because they know deep down what they're doing. They're trying it on. They're trying it on. Whereas when they know that you do generally owe them money, but they're gonna come for you. When I went out there, I wrote about in my book. I met a youth that was the same age as me. He was from Archway. He was out there way over tariff. Like, man was supposed to only go out there for like 2-3 weeks or a month. He'd been out there for months on end because what happened was when he went out there, he must have lost the food. He must have parked off about £1,000 worth of food and he lost it. So then he had to work off the debt, fam. The man ended up going to his mum's yard and all them things. I wrote about in my book, blood. Long, fam. Long. He tried to escape as well. They met him, they caught him at King's Cross train station. That's why they thought they could try to catch me at King's Cross station. Peak, blood. I know a girl that knows a girl that knows a man who And this guy's a pussy, fam. He I don't know, he must have owed some people some drug money or whatever it is. So you know what this guy did? If I know that this man after me, if I'm gonna touch someone, it's gonna be them. You know what this guy did? I don't know if he called the police or he got into it with the police purposely, but you know what he did? He stabbed the policeman so that he could go to jail because he was scared of the guys that he owed money. Blood, I'm not promoting no one ching up no one in it, but fam, I'm not chinging up no innocent police officer. Yeah, if man are coming for me, then it's them that's gonna get touched. Yeah, I'm not gonna go and call up a police officer and stab a fucking innocent police officer that I could potentially kill because I'm scared of some other guys that owe me. That's how you know certain man that is pussy blood. Seriously, pussy blood. I'm gonna phone up a policeman or whatever, and start a dramas with a policeman to stab a policeman so that you go to jail because you're scared of some guys in a local area that you owe money for drugs. Just beef them. Just beef them. Come on, man. What a waste, man. What a waste, man. Certified 5-star neat blood on my life. The next thing, and like I spoke about the delusion of these women as well, the mums. Do you know how many times, yeah, I will watch things on TV, like interviews and that, where someone gets murdered. Like someone got murdered in Tottenham one time, innit? And the girlfriend of the guy who was murdered by the police said, "Oh, my partner was never a gang member. He was not involved in gangs." My God, if you saw this guy's pictures, you could see gang member written all over his face. Man's got tattoos on his fingers, teardrop and all them things. I'm not saying 100% he had a teardrop, but you understand what I'm trying to say in it, yeah? Known GM on the ends. And you had the audacity to go on TV, not on, I think it was Sky News, you know, and lie to the people and say, my partner that was murdered by the police, whether he was carrying a gun or whatever, in it, yeah, it don't matter, in it, yeah. He was not a gang member. Why lie? Why lie? I'm watching one of them programs where like the murder thing that happened in the UK and that, and the mum of this youth came on the TV program and said my son was never in a gang. They were just his friends. They were just they were like family to him, and he used to refer to them as family. My son wasn't in a gang. They got the wrong person and that. Bro, if you knew who your son was a fucking bad man. Your son had man in other ends shook. Yeah? Your son had 7 man on his blade, blood. You just type in your son, you don't even type in your son's government name. Type in his tag name. And there's articles about this you. Yeah, how he killed off this person and then chinged up this person and that. These women out here are delusional, blood. But you know, they're not even delusional. They're lying to themselves. They know deep down. They know deep down. They know deep down, man, that their son is a gang member and that. Some woman, her son got killed in Tooting. And before he got killed, he got stabbed about a year before that. So this youth was like 19, 20 years old. He got murdered. But 1 year before that, he got stabbed. And his mum asked him, who were the people that stabbed you? And he didn't want to say. The fact that he wanted to remain them anonymous just tells you that this guy's not innocent. He's involved in he's involved in something. Because if you are an innocent civilian, if you don't know who they are, you're going to say you don't know. And if you do know who they are, I'm not saying you're going to tell the police, but you tell your mom, oh, it was this guy and this guy, or it was this gang of people. I don't know who he was specifically, but I know it was that gang of people because I know the faces, or I'm in this particular area, so it must have been them. Only someone who is involved in stuff, who's guilty, got a guilty conscience for whatever reason, yeah, a man that's involved would not even say who it was to his mom. Why would you not tell your mom? I'm not saying tell the police. I'm not saying that your mom's gonna tell the police. But if you know who stabbed you and your mom asks, why would you not tell your mom? That don't make no sense. You're hiding stuff. And then a year later, I think he got shot or he got stabbed. And then his family will try and proclaim and claim, oh, he was innocent. And he weren't innocent. He weren't innocent. Innocent people don't get stabbed. Yeah. And if they do, they don't get shot dead the next year. That's bullshit. That's fucking very unlucky then. You fucking Charles Bronson's son or something. You got a death wish on you. The fuck? How many innocent people you know, civilians you know, get stabbed and then they get shot dead the next year and that? And in between that time, they don't tell people who stabbed them and that. Not because they don't know, because they don't want to say. Bullshit, man. These women out here are delusional. I still can't believe that mum took the boy's drugs, the 600 to 800 pound worth of drugs. It didn't belong to him, and she threw it, discarded it, and then the boys ended up killing him because he owed them money, however long later. When I saw that, I was shocked. I was shocked, fam. Yeah, I was shocked, man. But yeah, that's about it, man. What we're at 1 hour 40 mark. Put your last comments in. I'm going in about 2 minutes. Got running tomorrow. Running day tomorrow. So got my little 30-minute run. Yeah, I'm coming off in 2 minutes here, so put down your last comments on that if you've got something to say. All right. Respect for the people them that came in, was watching, the ones them that's left for whatever reason, the ones that stayed to the end.